Peace. Let's get into it. Jay-Z has officially responded to the disgusting accusations. Let's get into the letter, the letter that Jay-Z immediately put out once these accusations hit the internet. My lawyer received a blackmail attempt called a demand letter from a lawyer named Tony Bugsby. What he had calculated was the nature of these allegations, and the public scrutiny would make me want to settle. No, sir, it had the opposite effect. It made me want to expose you for the fraud you are in a very public fashion. So no, I do not give you one red penny. These allegations are so heinous in nature that I implore you to file a criminal complaint, not a civil one. Whomever would commit such a crime against a minor should be locked away. Wouldn't you agree? These alleged victims would deserve real justice if that were the case. This lawyer, who I have done a bit of research on, seems to have a pattern of these type of theatrics. I have no idea how you have come to such a deplorable human, Mr. Bugsby, but I promise you, I have seen your kind many times over. I'm more than prepared to deal with you with your type. You claim to be a Marine. Marines are known for their valor. You have neither honor nor dignity. My only heartbreak is for my family. My wife and I will have to sit our children down, one of whom is at the age where her friends will surely see the press and ask questions about the nature of these claims and explain the cruelty and greed of people. I mourn yet another loss of innocence. Children should not have to endure such at their young age. It is unfair to have to try to understand inexplicable degrees of malice meant to destroy families and human spirit. My heart and support goes out to true victims in the world, whom have to watch how their life story is dressed in costumes for profitability by this ambulance chaser in a cheap suit. You have made a terrible error in judgment thinking that all celebrities are the same. I'm not from your world. I'm a young man who made it out of the projects of Brooklyn. We don't play these type of games. We have very strict codes and honor. We protect children. You seem to exploit people for their personal gain. Only your network of conspiracy theorists, fake physics, will believe the idiotic claims you have levied against me that, if not for the seriousness surrounding harm to kids, would be laughable. I look forward to showing you how I'm different. Whoa, Jay-Z has officially replied. That is what's needed, because at the end of the day, a lie that goes unchecked surely becomes the truth. You have to speak up and speak out when lies are being levied against you. You have to speak up and speak out. Now, we do have a statement that Mr. Bugsby made in replying to Jay-Z's statement. Let's go ahead and get into that statement. Let's pull it up here. His efforts to silence my clients. Mr. Carter previously denied being the one who sued me and my firm. He filed his frivolous case under a pseudonym. What he failed to say in his recent statement is my firm sent his lawyer a demand letter on behalf of an alleged victim, and that victim never demanded a penny from him. Instead, she only sought a confidential mediation. Since I sent the letter on her behalf, Mr. Carter has not only sued me, but he has tried to bully and harass me and this plaintiff. His conduct has had the opposite impact. She is emboldened. I'm very proud of her resolve. As far as the allegations in the complaint filed, we will let the filing speak for itself, and we will litigate the facts in court, not in the media. So my take on it is, this lawyer, of course, he's lawyering, and he understands once he gets Jay-Z to commit to a confidential mediation, that's almost like Jay-Z is admitting that any part of this story is true. And it's all he has to do is align them together. And I believe they did Bill Cosby like that, where you do the confidential mediations and they use that as a tool to convict. So I think it's important to note that this lawyer is known to kind of try to extort celebrities and so forth. Once we allowed our heroes and our leaders, people that we revere, to start being convicted off of simple testimonial evidence and not substantial evidence, no DNA evidence, nothing that is considered hard evidence, but it's just testimonial evidence, then I think we started to head into a dark age. It should have been more uproar whenever there's accusations levied against a person 30 years ago, 25 years ago, and all you have is testimonial evidence. Then we're going back into the Salem witch trial. We're going back into, a time where a person can just say you did something and the witch hunt begins. I'm not the biggest fan of P. Diddy. I'm not, because of the Tupac situation, but I have to be non-biased and acknowledge there was no real substantial evidence beyond what we saw in the Cassie video. All of the victims are unknown, and the names are not being released, and there's secrecy revolving the evidence. So I just want to say, what do you think? Jay-Z is somebody who we revere in the culture. See, the reason we respect Jay-Z is because he always moved at the highest level of science. Jay-Z's always been someone who, he was level-headed, and it's going to be interesting to see how Jay-Z navigates through this new wave, a new season of attacks. Will he be victorious? I'm confident he will be, only because all we know is Jay-Z to always win. We couldn't imagine Jay-Z sitting in a jail cell like P. Diddy, because P. Diddy just appeared a little bit more sloppy. You would see P. Diddy drunk, on different interviews, just talking real questionable. But Jay-Z has always been at that, he is the God MC, and he's always moved like a God body. He's always moved, like he had morals and discipline, and I'm not saying that there were not wild parties, and this is 25 years ago, which any act with minors involved is unacceptable, and that's why I respect Jay-Z for saying, let's make this criminal. If this is true, whoever did this need to be sitting in jail. They don't need to be paying you a settlement and going on with their life. So what is your take on it? I mean, I hope your take is the same as mine, where this is completely false, or where you feel like this is bogus. But I do want to hear what's your take on it. Leave it in the comment section. This is K Messiah. Hey, hit that subscribe button.